Good morning, Rabbi Boisai. Mordechai. Good morning, Rebelli. This is Yitzchak Friedman. I'm a chassid that listens to your share every day. Once again, I was by an event to put a smile on a sick kid. The organization is called Tanzers. When the Good Morning Rabbi Bois was said, the smile on the kids were unbelievable, which is hard to explain. On an email, see attached video. We even have someone doing the daf at the event, see attached picture. And a special shout out to Morati MD Wire for sponsoring the t-shirts for the Tanzers and always being there for them. Rebelli, keep up the great work. Where's that video? It goes somewhere over here. No? Here it is. Sorry. So here's the guy learning, and here's the Good Morning Rabbi Boisai from the Tanzers.
We're doing Eli Stefansky style. Good morning, okay guys? Are you ready for this? Good morning, Rabbi Boisai! Nah, you're gonna much better than this. Come on, bring it down with all your might. Good morning, Rabbi Boisai! Yes!
Tanzers, gewaldig. I want to apologize for not making it to the Siyum, even though you personally invited me. I was planning going, and I even had a WhatsApp group, but then he got sick. Very pleased to announce that in the schus of whatever learning I do, this is Kalman from the 5 towns, Rabbi Boisai. Before there was Sapaznik, Mordechai Sapaznik, there was Kalman of the 5 towns, the biggest donor this year back in the day. Hashem, son engagement, son Rani, his future Kala, Yael. Hashem told me about her. Yael was mentioned when my son brought her to the first Shabbos visit. We learned Yevamis Kuf Gimel. Coincidentally, of course, she came up again this past week, Nazir Chof Gimel, right before the surprise engagement. Also, just celebrated my 10th wedding anniversary. The kids look forward to completing shots with you and continuing simchas. Regards come from the 5 towns. Yishkoyach Kalman. Huh? Yeah, second. Doing the daf after breakfast in Miami from Yummy Berry, I think this is. Granddaughter's Bas Mitzvah. It's all about the Yomi, Menashe, Ephron. And this, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says here in Yiddish, Die Stadt hat gezahlt dafür. Basically, the story that I said the other day was posted in this, I don't know what this is. I'm a proud chassid that follows the Daf Yomi, and this is what's going around these days. It's a geschmack story, whatever. Okay, I suspect that many of the MDY Hasidim can't identify with the lit character who looks like a hippie goy. Maybe it's time to make him into a Breslover Bal Tshuva, which would satisfy everyone. He can wear your Shami white kippah, white shirt, black pants, and carry a guitar.
He does that on Shabbos.
I think we have that. We have one of those?
It's fine. He does that on Shabbos. On Shabbos, he looks like a Breslover. Here's somebody. So I gotta say this. This bothered me a lot. I'll tell you why. Nazir Volume 2 is coming out in a few days. Guess how many people were signed up in Eretz Yisrael? Boisai, you should all be embarrassed. I'm not joking. Busha v'charpa. 16 people. Where Peretz Chaim Levin himself, in 2.5 hours, in one function yesterday, signed up 37. Busha v'charpa. In this case, it's a charpa. Here's Eli Goldschmidt from Manchester. He's even trying to recruit a monkey. When you b'mokim sheinish, you can recruit anybody.
Say hello.
This is beautiful. This place, Gibraltar. You're talking about? We'll talk about racism later in this year. Rabbi Isai, I have a box of Gemaras here. I want every single person to take one Gemara and convince you. You have at least. You don't have to leave now. Look at him. When was the last time you got a guy to come to the shir? I want you to be the first guy. Who's taking Gemara? Rabbi, seriously. You gotta get some guys to join the shir. Oh, Reb Jonathan Stefansky. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna get somebody? It's not for you. It's to give to get somebody. Seriously. How come the kids are doing it and not? You don't want to make it to the next Purim spiel, Noam. We have in Hebrew. No, does anybody want? Do you have here? But here, come here, Tzaddik. You give them out. Make sure this box is empty. Here, yo, what's your name? Give it to the guys. Chaim, give it to the kids in the back, to the guys in the back. We can't. This is Narvayim. Here, take and give them out. Make sure. Rosh Koilo, what about you? You have anybody you want to give to? I know on this block 30 guys that are Kain monkeys. Don't learn a single word. Come on, recruit them. Get them. I recruited one guy to this Masechta. Here, you can have the empty box. Yishkoyach. Come on. 16 guys in the entire country. The most Torah, the most Yidden that we have is 16. Busha v'cherpa. But it's a bigger... What?
No, it's finished. That's it.
There's more. Tomer, you have another box. Bring another box. Okay. My name is Sam Schenken from Chicago. I listen to this share on Zoom. Oh, a guy from Chicago. We got to make a big deal out of this. I've attached the Good Morning Rabbi side from one of the workers at Great Chicago Food and Beverage. Rabbi, whoever goes to Chicago should stop by and get the Burger Buddy over there. It's an unbelievable Burger Buddy at Great Chicago. You just ruined it. We got to cut that out. It's the same thing. The Shekoyach on all the work you do to make the daf clear and easy.
Good morning, Rabbi side.
They even know how to say Rabbi side over there. Oh, nachas. And finally, I gotta say this. It was a month ago in Four Corners, as James Street in Lakewood, in the bagel stores. I paid the man behind the counter, looked at my credit card. Listen to this. It happens. You guys were telling me about this all the time. But here's a guy that showed his credit card, and the guy in the store recognized his name on the credit card, and told me that he recognized my name from the shir. He told me that his name is Anon Ymous. We started schmoozing, and I asked why he doesn't hang up a sign in the store to get more people to learn Torah. He told me that he actually contacted Reb Peretz Chaim Levin. I was waiting to get a sign. Although I never spoke with him, I called Reb Peretz Chaim Levin. Fast forward to today. I walk in the store, and there's a great big joint Daf Yomi. Arnon told me that he doesn't initiate, but if someone asks about the sign, he tells them about the shir. And so far, 6 people signed up to learn more Torah. Ken Yirbu B'Yedidus Abba Rennert. Just looking at his credit card, you're Abba Rennert from the shir. Unbelievable. 6 people. That's 10 less than the entire Eretz Yisrael, where we have 1 million from people here. No Yervayim. Huh? I can't hear.
Abba sponsored share.
Abba sponsored share. Oh, we have more Gemaras, our boys. More Gemaras. Even the Gerach Chassid is taking one. Look at that. Mendy, even the Gerach Chassid is taking one. You know that Mendy's a Gerach Chassid. You know that. You don't know. He's married to one. The kids or whatever she is, you are. I can't really read this, but the month the Koilel, thank you. The Koilel is sponsored by Non Ymous from Lakewood. The Koilel is sponsored by supporting Torah, strengthening our B'dachim. The Masechta is sponsored by Maaser. The Masechta is sponsored by LEYLU NISHMAS Chaim Bas Yosef by Anon Ymous. The Paras HaChodesh, the MDY family, LEYLU NISHMAS Boruch, Helfgott, Zechron Levarach, Chaim, Mordechai, Shloima. Second Paras HaChodesh, LEYLU NISHMAS Zechrya ben Moshe. Third Paras HaChodesh, LEYLU NISHMAS Moshe ben Yehuda. By his community. LEYLU NISHMAS Moshe ben Yehuda, I didn't have a chance to read. You explained to me what it is. By his community. 1 week. Igor Zilberman, LEYLU NISHMAS Kasil ben Leyzer. Parnas HaYoim, Mordechai Chaim, Karon, LEYLU neshama, Morati, Immati, Sara, Etta, Bat Shmuel. By Abba Rennert. L'chvoid Reb Eli Shlita, Reb Peretz Chaim Levin, and Reb Arnon with an N, Aronoff. Not Aaron, but Arnon, Aronoff. Gedalia Miller, in honor of Reb Eli for his support of Kesher Namshi Nat Slocha Manchester Shabbaton. Mazel Tov, the comment of the 5,000 family engagement of his son, Rani Tiyal Belas, and the art for complete refuah for Chaim Tzvi ben Leah. Rabbi Isai, we're holding on Daf Lamed Amud Beis by Boy Rava. So, I just want to show you, I was in such a rush yesterday and my head was not there 100. I did all this and I don't want it to go in vain, so here it is. We had a Mishnah where it says that if a father dies and he leaves over a pile of money designated for a carbon, for the carbonis of Naziros. So here you have a father, and it's not working. Here, he goes bye-bye. Is that you or me? Let me try it, hold on. That's you, Shkoyach. No, that's, here. She cannot shave, you see? She cannot shave with the money of the father.
That was yesterday's sugya, not today's. Today, we have like this. We have a father who has money. And he dies. He goes bye-bye. The shaila is, what happens with the money? So, Boyrov, Becharu Pasha. You have an older son, the oldest, and a younger one. Hilchas Gemir law, is this a case of Halacha l'Moshe Messinai, and we don't ask any questions, it goes with different rules. V'hilkach, the Bchar doesn't get double, where it usually gets double portion of the Yerusha. In this case, he won't get double. Maybe it's a combination of the Halacha l'Moshe Messinai together with Yerusha, and therefore the Bchar should get 2 portions of the money designated for the Nazirus. So he would get 2/3, and the little guy would get 1/3. Now, going back to yesterday's question, if we have 2 sons and one became a Nazir first, do we split it as Yerusha, or does he get the entire thing? So the Gemara is saying, well, even if you're going to say in that question that it's Yerusha, so he gets 2 portions. However, that's in a regular case of chulin. But over here, where he already designated the money and has a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Designation, not designation. Okay, fine. It has a different designation. He already designated the money. It already has another shame on it. It's already hegdish. It's already whatever. He already made it hegdish, and therefore maybe it falls out of the Hilchas Yerusha. You can't inherit to your kid something that's kaddish. Let's say you designate an animal as a carbon. It doesn't go to your son. When a person dies, the carbon doesn't go to the son. The carbon goes to the Beis Hamikdash. So here it's already designated as hegdish. Maybe the Bechar should not get 2 portions. Yes, he gets it. He yarshins. He is getting it. He's getting some sort of Yerusha from his father, but the laws of Yerusha fall away because it's already hegdish. Aydilma loy and doesn't get Aydilma kivin the kanile ligiluach loishna. At the end of the day, he's getting a Yerusha here. If a person designates an animal, so it doesn't go to the son at all. It goes to Beis Hamikdash. But in this case, it's going to the son. So if it's going to the son, then that means he's inheriting his father's hegdish. So let him inherit 2 portions of the hegdish. Loishna, maybe it should be different. Aviv Nazir Olam, V'hu Nazir Stam. What if that did work for some reason. Okay. He is a regular Nazir. He's a Nazir for 30 days. His father is a Nazir forever. Now, what happens, remember, what happens when a person is a Nazir forever? Not a Nazir Shimshon. A Nazir Olam. Does he get to cut his hair? Yes. He's Mekel Betar. He lightens it up. He doesn't go all the way to the skull, but he gives himself like a trim. Every 12 months. But every time he trims, it costs him big time. You don't go to the barber and give him a $30, this and that. He has to pay for korbanos. $1,000 here, another $1,000, he's starting all over kilo.
How often did Shalom trim?
Every year, once a year, every 12 months. Vu nazir stam. Aviv nazir oila vu nazir stam. So now the question is, since his father designated these animals for his nazirus, but he's a different type of nazir. He's in a different category. Maybe this halacha l'Moshe Messinai that the son gets the father's money is if they're in the same category. But v'hu nazir stam, he's only for 30 days. Aviv nazir stam, v'hu nazir olam, he's in the category, the son is a nazir olam, the father. When we learn these halachas, it's only when they match up in the stam nazirus, like dilma loishna, maybe the halacha said also in the nazir olam.
Another question. What if the father designated the money for a regular Nazirus? He's finishing up the Nazirus. We have to remember this. Stam Kedai to remember forever. There's two types of, there's Nazirus Tahara, Nazirus Tuma. Tahara just means he concluded the term, 30-day term, he's done, now he brings the Karbanas. Here. So when he finishes his term, he brings 3 animals. When he finishes, when he's Tameh, so he brings 2 birds and an animal. So Gemara says, Aviv, where am I? Fine. What if they're different, in different stages? The father became Tameh in the middle. So he designated 1 sheep and 2 birds. But he wants to use that money. His father died, so he wants to use that money for his own 3 animals. Or fakert. The father finished, and his father left a lot of money for 3 animals, and he only needs part of the money. So all I did in this chart is to show that the money has to add up. It has to match. So in other words, his father designated 2 birds and a sheep. The 2 birds we could use, because one of them is a oyla, one of them is a chatas. So he'll use the money for the oyla. He'll take the oyla bird money and he'll use it towards his oyla animal. The $10.50 that a bird costs, he'll put towards his $500 sheep. Or it could be fakir. The father left a lot of money, gave him an oyla, so you could take some of it and buy a bird. You could take some of it and buy a chatas. But he cannot mix up a asham and a shlamim. The final one, all the way to the left, is a shlamim, so that he has no eitzah. That the Gemara wasn't even asking. The big kasha that I had, and a lot of you are having, and I saw Baruch Hashem the Rishonim talk about it, is that we just learned the other day that you can't take your carbon that you designated for blood and use it for chaylev, even though they're similar. A chatas chaylev is chatas chaylev, doesn't go to blood. So how are we using the money here? The Rishonim, huh? If we're not talking about Ma'istumim here, because what? No. If it was Ma'istumim, then we wouldn't have this problem of Asham in this. But if it's not, the Lach L'Mishim Sina was said by Stumim. She's asking even Ma'istumim. Yeah, but it's Ma'istumim to one type of chet. I'm doing Ma'istumim. Let's have Ma'istumim for chaylev. Could I use that Ma'istumim for dam? No. I think it's obvious. He's designated for a certain chet. So what if he didn't specify how he's going to use the money in that chet? But it's a different chet. You can't use from chet to chet. Anyway, fine. Teiku. Gemara remains in the Shayla. Hadran alach mishamar. Hadran alach mishamar. Hadran alach mishamar. New perek bishamai. Stam as a not necessary fact. This name Beishamai, Perek Beishamai, is the most popular Perek in Chas. There's a number of them. I don't know exactly how many, but there's the most prokim, this name. There's other prokim that have like one word in them, but they have like another. Beishamai, just these 2 words, Beishamai. I think there's at least 4 prokim that are called Beishamai. Stam Yishino. Shamai Oymim. So don't ever say, I learned in Perek Beishamai, because nobody knows what you're talking about. There's one in Yevamis, there's one in Shabbos maybe. This is different ones. Huh? What, Perek Beishamai? Perek Beishamai, so then you just like check. You get out of trouble because it could be in different. Go check it out in Perek Beishamai. You'll have to open up 4 or 5 mesechtas. Beishamai Oymim, Hegdish Tos Hegdish. So I gotta get out of here. Sorry. So Hegdish Tos means l'chayra. At this point, we don't know. The Gemara is going to have a different pshat. Person designated something by mistake. He didn't realize that what he's doing. He made something Hegdish. It becomes Hegdish. Shammai say a person made a mistake in Hegdish. Give an example. Today, if a person in our day say, "Oh, this animal should be a carbon," so mistake. There's no Beis Hamikdash. He made a mistake. It was an actual shaila. There was a farmer in the time of the Marasham. His cow gave birth to a calf, and he said, the kid said, wow, that would be an unbelievable Korban Pesach, which I don't know how it begins even. And the father says, yeah, that would be an unbelievable Korban Pesach. So now it's like a mistake. A mistake should be a mistake. And they went to the Rav to ask what to do with this animal. Does a mistake in Hegdish, does it apply itself or not? The Gemara is going to say later on that we're not really talking about it. Let's see. What is our case? So take a look at the screen for a second. Here you go. A little bit of animation. That's it. What happened? The guy says, look at his lashon. Shar shachar sheyetze mebeisi rishon. If you read the words as is, it's the black. No, because it gets a little confusing. Black and white. The black one that comes out of my house first, I want it to be hegdish. But what happened? The white one came out. Do you need to see the video again to chap? They are cows. They're cows on motorcycles. You didn't chap. You put on your glasses. Here, you didn't see. I don't know. I didn't ask him. This is what happened. It's a white cow. The white cow came out first, but he said black cow. You see? That's what happened. Now, he said the black cow. Now, did he mean the black of the black cows that come out first? Or did he mean L'chari said the black cow that's going to come out of my house first? Like, who was it? Nachman, you help me out. The one that his daughter comes out first? Yiftach. The first one came, and she got messed up. Yeah, she died from.
Comes out of my house first will be a carbon.
And over here he said.
That was very general.
Yeah, and this is also. But listen to the lashon. Shar, because the Gemara, Abba is going to make a little bit of a deal. Mibesi. Shar shachar sheyetzi mibesi rishon. It seems like the first black one that comes out of my house, Areyu Hegdish. If he's the first one that comes out. V'yatza lavan. It is the first black one. Oh, that's it. V'yatza lavan. Now, do we have to interpret or not? This is sheyetzi mibesi rishon. If he meant the first one black, he should have said sheyetzi rishon. Shachar sheyetzi rishon. What's mibesi? The word mibesi adds a little bit of a confusion here. It almost seems like the first out of the house. Not the first black, because if he meant the first black one, you wouldn't say basi. You'd say shachar sheyetze rishon. The first black one.
From where? From my pen, from my house, from my stable.
You have to admit the lashon is hard. At least when I read it, I didn't read it like Nachman. I read the first. That's simple. Shachar sheyetze basi rishon hareyu hegdish. Now you know that there's a love on also, so now you're starting to understand. But when he just says shar shachar sheyetze basi rishon hareyu hegdish. So it seems like from the beginning of the mission, since we're talking about hegdish toes, it was a mistake. It's hegdish because Beis Shammai hold that even if you make a mistake, it's hegdish. We still say it's not hegdish. I usually wouldn't say a story like this, but because it's the Arizal, I say a story about him like this. He once went to his neighbor who had a black ox, and he said, I want to buy from you. So the neighbor said, I can't sell it. This ox works much more, like double, triple than a regular ox that I have. I'm not selling it. So the Arizal asked him, did anybody ever owe you money and didn't pay you back? He said, yeah. Certain guy owed me money. So the Arizal said, that guy that owes you money is in the ox. He didn't say it like that. He said, be moichel him. Be moichel that guy. He's dead anyway. He's not going to pay you. Be moichel him. So he says, the guy said, I'll moichel him. And then the ox died. So he said, what happened? He says, the guy was in the ox. And that's why the ox worked double. Because the guy, the Gilgul, wanted to pay back the chayiv as quick as possible. He had an opportunity to pay it back. Mice of the Arizal. And once you're moichel him, that's it. He had his tikkun, Shalom Yisrael, he died. No, the first one, right? The white one, We're gonna let's see. Right now we don't know anything. Right now we don't know. It could be the white one, it could be the black one. Depends how we learned the Mishnah. Now, right now we don't know. It's a riddle. Now the Mishnah repeats two other cases, which Tosfos, by the way, and I told you, I'm pointing you to Daf Lamed Gimel. If you want to see more Tosfos on this daf, It's all on Daf Lamed Gimel and Lamed Gimel Amud Beis. Check this out. It's all belongs to our Daf here. That's why Lamed Gimel is very, very, very short and there's not even Taisus on it. It all belongs to our Daf and other Daf. So, Taisus asks over there, why do we need 3 cases? And Taisus says, I don't know. Wait a minute. We don't know. Dinar Zov Shiala Biyadi Rishon Arei Hegdish. He says specifically, the first golden coin that comes into my hand is Hegdish. V'alo Shel Kesef. This is even more specific. A silver coin came to his hand, not a golden one. Hegdish. Even the silver becomes Hegdish. Even though he said gold, Hegdish. Same machlokes. He says specifically a barrel of wine that's going to come to my hand first. Instead of wine, it was oil. Same machlokes 3 times. So base shama yoyrim hegdish. Now we're going to go into what exactly happened there, Rabbi Yisai. The alfina on tchilas hegdish misoif hegdish. This is not working, this button, so you got this button. Oh. So we have tchila and saif. This is a typical case. It's delayed. I don't want to push too fast and too much.
You gotta move it along.
Okay. Gershon, don't touch buttons. Let me see if this works. Tchila v'soif. So you have Yossi. He put a carbon on the side. A carbon chatas. So that's tchila. That's the beginning of the act. Soif is referring to Tmura, a case of Tmura, and he decided he has a much bigger, better Talmud Chacham sheep. He wants to use that sheep as a carbon, and he made that. What's the word in English? A substitute. A Tmura, a substitute for the first one. Isser D'Oraisa, both of them become Kadosh, both of them go on the Mizbeach, Shama Yisrael. So the Gemara says, we learn the beginning from the end. Ma Tmura afilu b'tohus, af hegdish afilu b'tohus. So, one more. Okay. When it comes to Tmura, the halacha is, and the rush, even though that's not exactly the case that it says over there. Over there it says if a person made a mistake, he thought he's making a Tmura on a chatas, but he made it on a shlamim. But the rush says it's the same exact case as our sugya. Yossi Klein was thinking himself that he's going to take a black sheep and do a Tmura. But instead he grabbed a white sheep. He thought in his brain black, and he made a white sheep Tmura. Yeah? You hear Nechemia? You hear? He took he thought in his brain. So that's very similar to us over here. He thought in his brain one thing, and another thing came out.
Black sheep, the one with a black coat or black face?
If it's the Roiv, you go by the Roiv. In Torah, you go by the Roiv. The one that most of its body is black, that's the black sheep. Okay? Okay, it's a Gevaldik Akasha. The Rishonim discuss it. We'll talk about it later. I'm in the art scroll for your answer. So too, when you see over there, he made a mistake. He thought the whole time, the black sheep is a Mordechai sheep. I want to bring it to Hashem, Hashem, Hashem. And he goes and he grabs the white sheep with the Gemara. So he made a mistake. The white sheep remains Tmura. That's the halacha. It's a special halacha. So I learned from Tmura by us also that when a person makes a mistake, he said the black ox that comes out of my house, so the white ox becomes Hegdish. So what? So you hear Noam? What became Kaddish over here? The white one. The white one. Just like the white Tmura became Tmura, not the black one. So in our case in the Mishnah, he meant a black. He said a black ox, but a white one came out. We're going to make the white one Kaddish. The Gemara says it's very different though. Wait a minute. So Basil say a beautiful svara. If I already have, in this case in Yossi Klein, the one with the pink hat, she's already Kadosh. So now, to substitute and make another animal Kaddish based on that Kedusha that already exists in the world, I could. But to create a new Kedusha on a mistake, maybe I can't. I already have Kedusha. So I'm going to add to the Kedusha, so to speak. That I could do, but to reinvent, Yesh Ma'ayin. Okay. B'Shamai, as the Gemara, Ma'ilu or Mahareza Tachazel Chatzi Ayoim, Mihavetmur Ma'ishata. Confusing words, but a very, very simple idea. No, I don't want to show this yet. Okay. Scary.
The white one or the black one?
Hold on a second. Happens to be, I was thinking today, like, I love Nazir. I don't know what, every day it's a Gishmak Sugi, better than the next. And there's people are like, I think it has a bad rap for some reason. Nazir is Gishmak. Fine. Whatever it is, I knew you guys are going to have a lot of fun with the black and the white and the white and the black, a bunch of whatever. Okay, fine. In other words, a person that says Mefurish, he says, I want my Tmura to start at 12 o'clock. When does the Tmura start? 12 o'clock. It goes by what his words are. It only starts at 12 o'clock.
He says it won't.
No, it will. 100%. No. It will.
He says not like that.
I don't know what he says. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Okay. It has to start. It starts. Yeah, it's Nazir. You know what? Everything you say, you have somebody that's going to say like you. Okay.
From that minute.
Will it?
No, yeah, you're right. You are right. You're right. Ma'ishata, you are right. It starts in the afternoon. Do you think it's going to start in the morning right now? That's what he says. Do you think it's going to start right now in the morning? You're right. No, I missed the word. He's right. In other words, I said I'm going to make Tmura right now in the afternoon. But it doesn't start right now because I said it right now. It starts in the afternoon. In other words, the Gemara is saying a very, very simple thing. By Tmura, you never change what the guy said. You use his exact words. In the case of Yossi Klein, right over here, what became Tmura? What he said. I put in words, I don't know if you see, Lavan Tmura. Under the black sheep, it says Lavan Tmura. There's a confusing thing there. He said Lavan, he thought black. But what Lemaisa happened? What he said. In other words, in Tmura, we go by his words. As the Gemara, so in our Mishnah, we should also go by his words. What did he say? What were the words? The black one should be Kaddish. You're mixing things up, says the Gemara. By Tmura, we go by his words, and he meant one thing, but he said another thing, and we go by what he said. So by us also, he said one thing and meant another thing. Let's go by what he said. Yeah? It's Kasha Misham. Omer Papa lekach nemar Rishon, v'kishiyetze Rishon, v'ha shor shachar kamar. Oh, sorry. Kishiyetze Rishon. Finished. Says Rav Papa that what he meant to say is, like what you guys understood in the Mishnah, that I want the first black one. Here, check out this thing. I want the first black of all the blacks that come out. Forget the whites. I want the first black one to come out. Here it is. Too loud. Okay. A bunch of blacks, and he wants the first black ox to be Kaddish. That's an easy edit, Yosef. From there to there, out. Arise. We want to stay on YouTube, but thank you very much. Yishkoyach. Yeah. Says the Gemara. Okay, so basically, he didn't mean the first black one that's going to come out before everybody. He meant the first black one of the blacks. Okay, because if he meant the first one that's going to come out, period, then that's not what happened. A white one came out. Okay. As the Gemara, so he says a whole another pshat, Rav Papa. Says the Gemara, Shar Shachakamar. He's talking about a singular ox. We don't have more oxes. Who told you we have three more? Milaskin, let's the high. Light Tzricha says the Gemara, this late train clause. So yeah, you have to talk about a case. We're in the barn. There's 3, 4 black ones, and the first black one that came out, that's the one that becomes Kaddish. We're still Imrim, Imkain Shiyetzi Berishim Ibayerlei. Machlokes Rishonim how to learn it, but we go according to the Rosh. The Rosh says, again, the word Beisi, The Gemara doesn't even mention the word basi, but that's what the Rosh says. It's the word basi. If he was trying to say the first of the black, then he shouldn't say the word basi. It has nothing to do with this house. He should say the first of the black, literally like that. Says the Gemara, El Malay Rova min Barnish Ravashi, Hay Hegdish Betos, Hay Hegdish Bechavanu. Go back to the first words of the Mishnah. Bishami Oimrim, Hegdish Tos Hegdish. In other words, we're talking about a mistake here. Says Rava, there's no mistake. The guy meant the first of the black ones, and that's exactly what became Kaddish. Where's the mistake? There is no mistake. Says the Gemara, Mishum Da'ati Lidiburi Kama. The mistake is what we thought he said. We have a confusion in his words. Now we understand what he meant, but we have to be done in yeshiva. Did he mean like this? Did he mean like that? We have a whole sugya. What did the guy mean? He said this sentence. Did he mean the first one that comes out of his house? Literally the first one? Like Yiftach? Or did he mean the first of the black? By Yiftach we don't say such a drasha. He meant the first of the animals. Was that the first?
We would have said it, except
okay,
we went to ask.
I get it. I never went that.
Should have gone to ask a Shaila.
Correct.
The man with real hektish calls, even the Shaman agrees is not. Just
Yeah. Right, and that's the continuation of the Gemara. So that means that if you have a real tos and hegdish, then Beishamai say it's not a problem.
It's only because we could explain it.
Yeah. Over here, we're explaining what he meant to say. And we know what he meant to say. He meant the first of the black. Says Gemara, why? Because Rav Papa is not comfortable saying that Bishamai hold Hegdish Tos have Hegdish. So he goes with a whole other pshat. We're not talking about a mistake. We're talking about he meant XYZ. It's not a mistake at all. Huh? Freudian slip, whatever you want to call it. That's how the Goyres here, he asked one Chacham, and that one Chacham is Matir. Again, a guy is a Nazir, and he finds out that the way he became a Nazir never even existed. It was a mistake. But he already went his way, he went and put an animal on the side. What's the halacha teitziv tirubeider? It never even became Hegdish. It goes right back into the pen. So the Basil asked Bishamai, how could you say, you admit that this animal, you just take him, put him right back, mix him in with all the other animals. There's nothing, no kedusha at all. They asked him, but don't you hold Bishamai that he does have kedusha. Why does he have kedusha? Because anytime you make a mistake in Hegdish, it's chal. So even though you went to a Rav and the Rav explained to you that you're not a Nazir, in other words, Beis Hillel are telling Bishamai, you hold Hegdish B'tos is Hegdish. So how come now Gemara Rav Papa says that according to Bishamai, Hegdish B'tos is not Hegdish? Says the Gemara, no, Rav Papa is going to have to explain. He's going to explain, no, Beis Hillel made a mistake that's what Bishamai hold, but Bishamai don't hold it. Sari tamay Bishamai shum Hegdish B'tos have Hegdish. V'amir lahoim Bishamai lam shum Hegdish B'tosu el shum da'ati lidiburi kama. And Bishamai said, no, we're not talking about a Hegdish B'tos case here. We're talking about a guy who said specifically, I want the first of the blacks that come out, and you didn't understand him. We'll explain it. B'sari Bishamai, another question. But bottom line is, Rav Papa holds that according to Bishamai, Hegdish B'tos loy have a Hegdish. As the Gemara, B'sari Bishamai Hegdish B'tos loy have a Hegdish. Toshma. Hareini Nazir Shizeh Ploini Vechad Hareini Nazir Shein Zeh Ploini Hareini Nazir Shechem Mekem Nazir Shein Echel Mekem Nazir Sheshnechem Nazirim Shekuchem Nazirim. Now I have a chart for this. Let me show you. I'll make it very gishmak. What's the case? It's very givaldik. Here, you ready? Go. Oh, it's very small. There's 6 men, and there's a back of somebody's head. And one of them says, Hareini Nazir Shezeh Dr. Factor. So the second guy says, Hareini Nazir She'ein Zeh Dr. Factor. I argue with you, it's not him. And the guy says, Hareini Nazir Shechem Mekem Nazir. I'm going to be a Nazir if one of you is a Nazir.
He's for sure right. Which means he's for sure
right. He's for sure right, because one of them is a Nazir. Hareini Nazir She'ein Mekem Nazir. He's also for sure right. One of you, either the first or the second one, is for sure right. So far, so good. Hareini Nazir Sheshnechem Nazirim. Why? No. But it's not impossible. Because la halacha we've paskin that everybody's a Nazir. And I already know shekuchim nazirim. So basically, everybody's right here. Everybody has a way. So the bottom line, we're going to see.
Why? The guy said, Nazir said Dr. Factor. It's not Dr. Factor. Why would he become a Nazir?
Oh, that's what we're going to explain now. That's Beis Shammai Shita. There's 3 Shitas. And actually, this entire thing we're going to repeat tomorrow. The mission is tomorrow. The Gemara brings the entire mission today. Why not? Let's do it twice. Sponsored Latzlacha of Ayerlei ben Eliza Simcha Shena Masha and Eliza Simcha Shena Masha Bad Bracha. And Latzlacha for the Magid, the members of the HBA Group and their families. Amen. Shkoyach. So let's start from the beginning. She's a plain top line. I know it's Dr. Factor. I swear it's not, and in fact, I'm so sure I'll become a Nazir to prove it. And I am so sure that one of the 2 of you is a Nazir, which is right, so it becomes a Nazir. I'm so sure the 4th guy says that one of you is not. Okay. The 2 first ones are Nazir. What's the halacha? All you know. Kulam Nazirim. They're all Nazirim. Says the Gemara. So the Gemara understood. You hear? No, that answers your question. Because they made a mistake. At the end of the day, so time out. At the end of the day, they all wanted to become Nazirim. Just they said something silly. Let me see what happened there. Kulam Nazirim. They're all Nazirim. Okay, fine. It turns out, you see, he shows that it is Dr. Factor, but kids are all Nazirim. What? Hold on. We're gonna see tomorrow. Oh. So the way they explain it, and we'll get more into tomorrow, that a person really, he wants to become a Nazir. He just said something to chop onto, and when it's wrong, he still wants it. It's not a Tanai. Exactly. That's the problem. It's a very good kasha what you're asking. But that's why there's 3 shitas here. According to Basil, not. Bishama, yes. Oh, so according to this, when the white ox comes out of his house, the white one should become Kadosh, not the black one. The white one. Kulam Nazirim, you made a mistake. It's Hegdish B'tos. Amri, Sari B'Shamai, Hegdish B'tos. What? Amri, Sari B'Shamai, Hegdish B'tos, have a Hegdish. In general, when you have this case of 6 people, they all want to become Nazirim. And by Tamura, where the guy said straight out, I want the white animal to be Tamura, but in his mind he made a mistake and he thought black. Who cares? But his mouth said white, so it becomes white. The white one becomes Kaddish. No, in Tamura, with Yossi Klein. He thought a black sheep, but he said white, we're going to take the white from him. That's in the whole Torah, that's everywhere, and that's by the same case by these 6 people. They said, why? They said, Hareini Nazir, on condition this and this and that. But he said the words Hareini Nazir. Hareini Nazir. Over here he said, black ox should be Kaddish. His words were different than all the other cases. Memela, the black one becomes Kaddish in our Mishnah, not the white one. Hachalai, in our case, because he said differently, it doesn't work. Rabbi Isai, have a wonderful day.